So my point is he wrapped the lights around him, and when he fell, the lights were still around him, right? So Chucky turned on this lawnmower thing that got the lights caught up, and it was moving, and it was wrapping the lights up, pulling the guy closer and closer. And I'm like, why didn't he just let the lights hang? He didn't have to have them lights around him. Okay, cool, fine. Chucky jumped on top of this dude, stabbed him, killed him instantly. You know what I mean? So it rocks on. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump to the end. Chucky ass. He had, I think the name of the company was like Casper. It's kind of like if Apple made a doll and the doll was integrated with everything Apple. So Chucky was like integrated with everything Casper or whatever. I think it was called Casper if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, Chucky ass, they had a release of the Buddy 2. So Chucky ass went to the store because at this point he mad at Andy because Andy, you know what I'm saying, they done took him and they done pulled out his heart. He had like a glow thing in his chest, kind of like Iron Man. They pulled it out and killed him and shit, right? So the stupid maintenance guy saw the doll in the trash can, and everything in his house was Casper. So he brought Chucky back to life. Chucky ended up killing him nonetheless. You know what I mean? So we get to this opening of this new store. So to make a long story short, it was kind of like the end of the original, because if you remember in the original, the police officer, I can't remember his name, but he played the vampire in Fright Night. I can't remember his name. But it was kind of like that ending where he didn't believe it was the doll, just like the black cop didn't believe it was the doll. But I think the black cop, like they had these drones in there, and Chucky like pointed his finger, and the drone started flying around the store attacking people. So the drone attacked he attacked the black dude, right? And the drones were just attacking people. So it was assumed that the cop was dead. So I'm like, damn, bruh didn't even make it through the whole movie. He was almost there though. So Chucky ties up the mama, and Andy and his little crew, he locks them out of the store. He like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go save my mama. I can't let y'all get hurt. Okay, fine. So it was like this big battle, Chucky and Andy. You know what I'm saying? Chucky ended up pushing the button. You got the mama wrapped up with a noose around her neck and he hanging her. Andy saved his mama. And then the cop come and shoots Chucky. You know what I mean? So they get Chucky. They pull the thing back out his chest. Then the 4 kids, Andy and his crew, just start destroying Chucky, you know what I mean? With like sledgehammers and bats and shit. So it couldn't be. They also Andy chopped Chucky head off. Or was it the mama? It was one of them that chopped Chucky head off, kind of like in the original. So, also, to make a long story short, they restocked the first Buddy again, or some shit, because they pulled the Buddy 2 off the market, and it was another Buddy. When Chucky was ready to do something violent, his eyes turned red. Okay? So when they turned red, that's how you knew he was up to some shit, right? So, at the end of the movie, there was another doll in the box, and his eyes turned red. Okay, now, what did I personally think about this movie? My thing is when you have such a good original movie, you know what I'm saying? Like, I personally thought the first Child's Play was great. So when you have an original first movie, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you reimagining this shit, right? You reimagining the whole Child's Play and Chucky thing. You know what I'm saying? For a modern time, I'll give them the fact that they threw technology in it as a way to say, okay, these are the times that we're living in. But I don't think that there's nothing scarier than the way they had Charles Lee Ray put his body into Chucky. You know what I mean? Through the occult and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that's great. But for the times we in, it makes sense. You know what I mean? This is like the second, third, or fourth film or TV show I saw where they have these cars that come get you and it's not a driver and it's computerized. You know what I mean? So that's definitely direction we're heading in when it comes to this stuff. Also, the cop. You know what I'm saying? I thought the cop did an okay job. But like I said, the first Child's Play is a classic, y'all. Come on now. Y'all got to agree with me on that shit. It's a classic. So, you know, overall, if I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie a, I don't know, 3 out of 5 stars, maybe. Yeah, 3 out of 5 stars sound good. You know, it's definitely worth seeing. I don't know if it'll be any replay value. Like, I'll probably buy the DVD or the Blu-ray for the collection. But other than that, it's like, you know. But it was pretty good. And it had a couple little jump scares in it. But overall, 3 out of 5 for this movie. So if y'all seen Child's Play, what y'all think about it? Me, I thought it was okay. You know what I mean? I know my daughter was scared. She was scared. My wife was scared too, so. But they ain't horror fans like me, you know, so. It is what it is. So what do y'all think? Nerd Life 513. Holla at your boy Pete Ross. Holla at Nerd Life. Peace, and we out.